What if you had a vision, an idea, that could help millions of people around the world, just like he did?
We just had our MasterCard Payments Innovation Forum conference here in Miami South Beach, and we had Alexander as our keynote speaker, who was terrific. He really personalized the event to what we needed, and he motivated everybody in the audience. So really, really appreciated. Thank you very much, Alexander.
We've all heard of MySpace and Facebook as tools to reconnect with old friends and share pictures and stories. But imagine a site that had all of the capabilities of those social networking sites, but also helped people in need. Well, tonight's cover story takes a look at a Baltimore entrepreneur who's working to make charity a reality for people and organizations all over the world.
Welcome to realitycharity.com, a first-of-its-kind fundraising website created by a Baltimore entrepreneur.
Reality charity is really the new way to give.
Alexander Blass quit his job as a venture capitalist to build and patent the site from the ground up.
I really just felt that, given my background and experience, we could really help people to raise money for important causes.
The site took 3 years to build.
There really was no model to follow. Reality charity is the first of its kind.
But since its launch last April, it's quickly found a niche in today's fast-paced, internet-centered world.
We've been called Facebook meets Pocketbook because, for that reason, we're really taking all the great social networking technologies that are out there and applying them to good causes.
Good causes like Kim Swanson, a young mother who just 7 weeks after giving birth to her first child was diagnosed with cancer. In need of money for unexpected medical expenses, Kim turned to Reality Charity to spread the word that she needed help. And with just a few clicks of a mouse, Stacy's money went directly to Kim. It's one of hundreds of donations that helped Kim raise more than $30,000.
A few dollars just makes such a difference for her, and I know that just giving a little bit helps a lot.
Innovation is a fantastic buzzword that we hear so much about these days. But how many people truly understand what innovation means? We tend to think of it as some technical process, and we'll be going through a number of specific technical aspects of innovation in this session. But I think it's equally important to kind of peel back that technical nature and get to the heart of innovation. Where do big ideas come from? How each person can reinvent themselves as an innovator as well. So I'm curious, how many of you in this room, how many of you believe that you have an innovator lurking within you, just waiting to break out? By a show of hands. Look around the room, please. How many of you do not think that you have an innovator within, and this does not apply to you, and it's completely irrelevant in your lives? Please raise your hands. How many of you wouldn't raise your hands no matter what question I asked you? Great. We've covered the entire room. That's a common misconception, isn't it? That innovation is for someone else. Not me. Innovators aren't born. Innovators are created. Innovators aren't born, they're created. It's a confluence of factors when your experience and training collide with your opportunities and your passions.
Hi, my name is Sunil Kinger. I work with IBM and I manage Global Alliances Group for IBM. I sat through Alexander's presentation and I must say that it was really awesome. Awesome for a couple of reasons. Because I think one is that he was able to communicate the message of innovation very, very clearly, and there were two aspects that really emerged very clearly. One was the cultural background that you come from really matters to innovation, and the other being innovation that matters to human beings. I think that message came out very, very clearly and very well, and I really like that part of the presentation. The other thing which I really found very interesting and which he articulated extremely well, that he localized his presentation for India, which was absolutely great. It was great because he connected with the audience. So I think in all, it was a great presentation, and I really appreciate his presentation. Thank you.
This fantastic opportunity to meet Alexander Blass, who shared with us and was our keynote speaker for a conference in Calport, Mexico City. Alexander, besides being a great person, I need to tell you, he's so patient. He's been so patient with us and so interested in the culture, the company, and all the details. I loved working with Alexander Blass. If you get the chance to be in a conference with him, do it right away.
Gathering, and we meet here once a year with about 140 of our members. And the theme for this event this year was innovation. And one of our main challenges is that telcos have a long history of being the incumbent provider, providing 100% quality and network reliance to society, but they feel like they're a bit too, a bit too big and complex to innovate at the same rate as some of the challengers, if you will. So basically, to solve that problem, we hired Alexander Blass. So he did a keynote presentation for us, basically part inspirational, part educational, and it was exactly what our members needed, because usually they have quite technical engineering type presentations, but I think all our members walked away from that session feeling inspired. It was definitely a breath of fresh air, something they've never seen before. And later on, we actually had a masterclass with Alex, where he broke our CIOs up into little teams, and they were given an innovation challenge. And that was a great team building exercise, but it was also a practical exercise where they could apply his framework and all his principles in a real settings. And it actually came up with a bunch of innovative solutions, and hopefully it's something that we can carry on to future events. Basically, if I could describe Alex as me, the person who brought him on as a keynote, I think his strongest part is he's definitely an inspiration. He's someone who has innovated and talks about it, and not someone who talks about innovation. So that's very important. But also, from a customer point of view, he really took the time to understand who we were, what we were trying to do, and this was a huge help. So we had lots of follow-up calls before the event, and honestly, by the time he was presenting the event, I felt like he was working for Etis. He explained our members and what we were trying to do so well. So for me, it was a huge success. The feedback from our members, they are very, very pleased, and I highly recommend him. So that's, I think, all I have to say. Thank you.
Speaker of this summit, Mr. Alexander Blass, he was a really blasting speaker, and his energy is so contagious. And for students, this is what they need to see from an entrepreneur, to get into it, increase their passion, motivate them, and really, really get the entrepreneurs out, from the crowd, make them come out and build the confidence. He was very passionate, emotional speaker, and that's what I think was wonderful and amazing. One of the very best speakers I've heard in the last 10 years.
Today we've had a masterclass on innovation from Alexander Blass, and it's been a fantastic experience. We've had 56 of our managers, assistant managers attending, and we've really opened up a lot of minds, changed some mindsets, and there's a great new approach, I think, is going to come towards innovation in all sorts of spheres of the business, and I'm really looking forward to taking this forward over the next 12 months. So Alexander, thank you very much. It's been inspirational. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.